Hi friends, welcome to Bright Future Hub channel. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more amazing videos in the future. So please like this video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.
There is an aggregate. You can name itself as what is an aggregate. Example, you go to college. You can ask who is the tallest person? How many will get? Who is the tallest one among them all? You get. You can ask who got the first rank. You get one among them is the first rank. So these are the aggregate functions, is a value being picked from an aggregated group or aggregated value. Okay, example, how many students in the classroom? You get only one number. The total number of the students, you get only number. Who is the maximum scorer in the class? Who is the lowest scorer in the class? What is an average score of the class? All these values returns only one value at a time. Is it correct? That's why we call them aggregated functions. They aggregate the data and use the values. So there are a few functions like maximum, minimum, count, sum, average. These are 5 where some more are the standard deviation variance. Don't worry about them. These are the very important 5 aggregate functions we use quite often. Okay, so let's try to understand how we can use it. Example, I wanted to know the total count of employee from the employee table. I just wanted to know total count of employees from EMP table. So here earlier I was using a star. Star is gives you all the columns. I am using an aggregated function here. It just say count of one or say count of employee number, EMP number. This gives the total number of count in the employee table on the based on the employee number. I just run it. It says around 14. Look at here. Because this aggregates the data. These aggregate functions are nothing but aggregates the data and gives one value. It's always be one value at a time. There never be more than one value. Okay. So this you can give an alias EMP count. Okay, let's run this one. See, EMP count. Let's take an example. I want to know who getting the maximum salary for my table. Select max. Which column you wanted to project? Which column you need to use for your aggregates? I am using the max of my salary field from EMP. So it's not necessarily you can always give one aggregate in your function in your SQL. You can give all at the one at go. Example, I say count of EMP number. Let me write it in the second example. So I'm saying here count of the EMP number, minimum of the salary, minimum of the commission, okay, average of the salary. Then what is the next one? I have max minimum, maximum minimum, count average, sum, okay, sum of the salary. So we can specify all in one go. Again, what are these columns? Aggregated, also called derived columns, because I am deriving this column from my equation or expressions. Okay, these are the different 5 we can add. You can see that it always gives one at a time, only one value for the your group of data. What is the data you have been in consideration here? The entire table, the employee table is itself your consideration. It applies and aggregates on the set of employee table, the records in the employee table, and it returns one value at a time. That's why we call them as an aggregated values. Okay, these call them aggregated values. Clear? Any questions here? They didn't have a question. We'll have more understanding. But what is this aggregated functions? They aggregate the records and give an aggregated value. We have a 5 mainly used: minimum, maximum, count, sum, average. Subhash, any question?
No, sir, clear.
Clear. Okay, who joined today? Someone else. Who is this? Venu? Hello? Hello? Okay, leave this one. Okay, now what we do is I'll show this diagram. It's very easy. It will be easy to understand. This is your set of table data you have. When you apply an aggregates, you are applying aggregate on entire your table data, correct? It applies an aggregation on entire table. If it has the maximum salary, it gives the maximum salary from the employee table. This is entire data in consideration. It applies an aggregation on the entire table and returns the aggregated value. Okay. Now we are clear about this. 5 functions I use. It is very clear for us. Now I do it. I group the data now. I hope before I'm jumping into next topic, I just wanted to understand, is it clear? These 5 functions are clear. Okay. Now, now data has been aggregated on the entire data table. Now I take an example of your classroom. You go to your college. Who is this we have today? Nivedita, any questions from yesterday class? Supriya?
No, sir.
Clear?
Clear, sir.
Practiced or your celebrate call celebration with anywhere?
No, sir. I practiced.
Practiced. Okay. I'm not doing lots of long lengthy hours. No, 1 hour. You spend 1 hour, it should be more than enough. Example, you take a college. Okay. College will have some branches. I have a science branch. We have a social branch. Then we have something called commerce or commerce. Commerce branch. So when I say probably they could have languages, some languages in common. Probably English could be the common language. English could be the common language. Okay. I just say here English. Okay. Leave that anyway. This column I don't know. When I say who is a topper from my college, I'm asking from the college, irrespective of which department we are in. I'm asking the maximum value or the toppest scorer from the college. How many values will return? See, don't worry about the branch. I just ask who is my topper in my college. My college, how many values will get?
1 value.
Only 1 value you get, because the whole data you have been considered, you get only 1 value. Correct? This is at the college level. You do get at the 1, because your data in consideration is your entire table is in your data in consideration. Okay, here if you ask from the college, it gives 1 data. Same question I ask, who is the topper from each, how many, like who is the topper from each branch? How many data we get? From each branch, who is the topper? How many values I get?
3.
1 per branch, because college, I don't care whether, example, English is a common subject. I really don't care whether she's or he studying in a science, social or commerce. I just need who is the topper from my college. That is, you get only 1 value who got the toppest score among all the branches. But now my data has been narrowed down. My data in consideration is each department. I wanted to check only the toppest from the each department. Obviously, each will have its own set of toppers. Correct? How many values you get now? 3. 1 for each branch. Here the branch you can call as a group. 1 per group. If a maximum scorer or a top scorer from each, you get a 1. Again, there was a debate happened between the college. No, we need to divide the people, honor the people based on the gender. Then I will have a 1 male and females in each branch. Now, who is the topper in each branch for each gender. How many values we get? How many will get? One male topper, one female topper, one male topper, one female topper in each branch. Correct? One male topper, one female topper. So how many you get? You get total 6 you get here.
6.
Here you get 3 and here you get 1. This is at the college level. This is at the branch level. This is at the college plus branch plus gender. So this is called grouping the data. I am grouping the data based on my preference. First preference was grouping was done at the college level. This is at the college level. Sorry, this is at the one only at the college level. This is at the branch level. College within the branch, I have multiple branches. This is called forming the group or creating the groups. This is process is called creating the group or forming the groups. On each group, I have applied an aggregate. What is an aggregate? Top scorer I have been applied. That is called aggregated function. I applied on each group. The same way we can. So here, how many groups are? Sorry, here how many groups are a branch I have? Where did you go? The sheet gone somewhere. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. Here, how many branches? See here, one group. Here, how many groups? This level, 3 groups. Here, how many groups? 6 groups. What is the 6 group? The combination of science female, science male female, social male female, commerce male. This is how I divided the group or form the group. On each group, I am going to apply an aggregates. Aggregate could be your count, sum, or anything. In the same way, here, first is whatever I have applied here. It is an aggregation on the table. Look at here. I have applied the data completely on the entire table. It is picking up the maximum salary, count of the employees, minimum salary from the entire table. But now I am going to divide my data or group the data on particular column. Example, I have 3 set of columns, 3 set of departments, department 10, 20 and 30. Now I am going to make the grouping the data. I group the data based on particular category. The category is now department number. Okay, let's do how to do that. Clear or any questions here from this concept? What is the grouping? Supriya?
Clear, sir.
Supriya never speaks. Hello? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Now, let's do that quickly. I go select. Before to that, I just say here, what I from EMP. And I'm using the new clause called group by DPT number. Clear how to make the grouping the data? If you do not apply any group by, the whole data has been considered. On top of it, aggregate will apply. Now I am dividing or grouping or segregating the data based on one type of category. That is the category my interest is in the department number. I say group by DPT number. Now data will be grouped into 3 groups. It's not necessarily only 3 groups because I have only 3 category of, or you might have example, I have hidden some table. I just for your have some data that is been hidden. Let me unhide it. Okay, yeah, there could be some data that belongs to department number 50. So how many groups I have now? Based on the department, how many group of data I have?
4 groups.
4 groups I have, department 10, 20 and 30 and 50. Now data will be divided into 4 groups. Is not necessarily always for, based on the data, it forms a groups. On each group, I am going to apply an aggregate. I am saying count of employee number. So what it is going to do, it is going to find count of the employee number from each group. If you do not apply a group by, the data in consideration is entire table. It gives one value from the table. Obviously, it shows 14 record from the table. That's the only one value I'm getting. Now, the same query, I have applied a group by DPT number. Now, data will be divided, or data will be formed into 3 different groups. From each group, I'm getting aggregated. So you're not seeing any, what is the department number is coming, whatever the group by column you have, you can specify in your select statement. Then you could see here, what are the different groups and having how many employees. Department 30 will have 6 employees, 23, 10, 5 and 3. So this is called a group by class. If you want to sort the data after this, yes, you could sort it, order by, what we want to sort on the, you want to sort on the department number or on the this one, you can say here descending. Okay, now this is a, now we are introduced another class called group by class. Okay, take a time, let me know if you have any questions here. Let's do that another column. You wanted to find some of the salaries of each department. You have to listen the statement of each department. I'm just saying some of the salary of each department. What is your group has to do? Department unit, because I'm asking for each department. That means you need to segregate the data on particular category, that is called department number. I'm saying salary from EMP group by department number. Let's see. You wanted to have this data, only this column you can give department by. What are the group by column you specify here? Only this column can be given in the select class. You cannot give something else. No, only the column that is specified in the group by class will be coming in here in your select statement. Other than that, you will not get any other column. Let's see, run this and see. You are getting the, this is a sum of the salaries of each department. You wanted to sort by this, correct? What should I do? Order by, you need to specify this. Instead of specify this, what is the position of this column in your SQL statement? Where it is coming? What is the position? 1, 2, 3, how many? It is appearing in the first position, clear? It is your first column in your SQL statement that you can simply specify order by 1. You need not to write an expression. So why will do? Okay, do one thing. Let's do run this. Any questions here? Let me know. I'll explain that in the next. Any questions here? Anyone, please?
So it's this is very similar to like the pivot table, how we do in Excel, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Very simpler way of doing in Excel. Yes. Okay. So you can, after pivoting, you can also what is that? Filter it as. So for filtering, you have an having class. So where is to do and a row level filter. Example, you don't want to see here. Let's do one thing. We don't want to see the department 10. What should I do? Here, the whole data has been pulled off this from the department table, sorry, employee table. All the department data has been pulled it, and it forms a group. First thing is, it will form the groups like this. When you run the group by class, first data will be grouped in this manner: 10, 20, 30, 50. In this manner, data will be grouped. After applying the group, forming the group, it applies your aggregate on the group. This is one set of your group. On the, once the grouping has been done, the grouping has been formed, on top of the group, the aggregate will be applied. Here, this is your second group, the aggregate will be applied. Third group, aggregate will be applied. It's not like you cannot apply, is not correct. You cannot apply different aggregation on each group. No. Once the grouping is formed, you have to apply the same aggregates on every group. You cannot say here, sum for the department number, count for the something else. No, you cannot do that. Is not necessarily I said here. You can give any other example you wanted to specify. Average of average of commission. You can missing expression. Okay, it is finding the average of the commissions from the each department, because that's what the data has been segregated. Clear? Any questions here, please? Now you tell me count of jobs. Please find the total number of employees working in each job or different jobs. We have a different set of table or a data we have. What is the data we have? In this, people are working for different jobs. Some people might working for president, manager, clerk. Find me total number of employees in each job category. What should I do? Hmm? What should I do? Hello? I need count from each group, job, that's all. Confusion? Hello? Can I audio? I'm not sure. Subhash?
Sir, group by job,
Yeah, that's all.
grouping by job.
Group the job. First group the data on the job. Let's do one thing. Okay. So start from EMP. Group by job. That's all. Now it forms the first is data will be grouped on the based on the job. Once the grouping has done, apply or aggregate. I am asking for the total number of employee in each job. Okay. Now just run it. You get a, what is this? Okay. You do get something, but you do not see the what is the job category. So what you can specify here is your job. So you wanted to filter based on the, sorry, not filter, you need to sort on the job. So or you want to filter the filter on the total number of, okay, do one thing. I just, not necessarily you can write in any order, does not matter. So first I write a job, then I'm going to find the count of that. Group by here, I wanted to sort on the ascending order of the total number of employees. So what I do, group by job, order by 2. What is it meaning order by 2? I'm trying to tell SQL, please sort the data based on the second column in my SQL, that is count of 1. Instead of count of 1, you get confused. Do not write count of the employee or job. You can write any column, just you can say count of 1 also. It does not matter what you give here. You give employee number, count 1 or star, usually mainly used. What is that meaning star? Any one column, it thing is, first is you form the group. Now you take an example of the job. Now do one thing. I just put the filter or the sorting on A to Z. Okay, now data has been sorted on the job. How many you can see here? How many jobs category we have? This is your one job, one group. Salesman is one group because salesman is one category of job. President is one, manager one, clerk and analyst. 5 groups we have. First data will be first put like this. It will be form the grouping based on your, from that grouping, is it matters whether I have a count of, oh, 1 minute. I just take this out so that we'll understand it better. So this is your group of what? This is your group of the salesman, correct? Job is your salesman. This is the 4 records. I pick it for the group of the job called salesman. When I applying an account, when I am applying account, is it really matters which column count I do? The answer will be different or same. Either do a count of the employee number, count I'm saying name, job, that is salary, and DEPT number. So if I count the department number, sorry, count of the name or count of the employee number, count of the job, will my result differ or not? Will
It will be
change or not?
same.
Sorry,
It will be same.
it
Employee
will be
number
same.
count
Yeah,
will-
because I'm using count does not matter. If you're using a sum or if you're using an average, then it really matters because based on the value, it is going to compute the sum, compute the average. But yeah, I'm just counting. Counting does not matter whether I use this column for counting or this column. The answer will always be the same. That's the reason we exclusively do not specify whenever using a count. We do not care which column needs to be used for counting. I just need a count of from this group. So I will lead to SQL. You go and pick it up any non-nullable column. Example, you have some data is missing. Then any other column for counting. In this example, it will not use the ename column for counting because it has a null values. It will not use it. Other than that, you simply use any non-nullable column for counting. Your answer will not be deferred, like changed. In this case, you use any column, 4 columns I have, you always get the count as a 4. That's the reason we do not specify any column name. We just say star or some people write 1. Any non-nullable 1 column count. 1 column, 1 means here count of 1 means any one non-nullable column count. Okay, so I think you are understood. I guess here why it does not make which column I need to pick. I pick anything. If you are using other than the count, you cannot use that because some of particular column, because some of this and some of this will vary. Some of this and some of this is entirely different result. Then you cannot use it only for the count. You can use any column for as an this one your selection. This is clear now. You may not execute, probably better write it on the top of the SQL as a comment, then run it. Clear? Any question here? Anyone, please?
No, sir.
Supriya, I'm not hearing you. You're in mute. If you're speaking, you're in mute. You have to unmute and speak. Okay. Now, I just twist this more. I don't want to report the count of a job called president because he's a president. I know only one president will be there in the company. Why should I report as a president in my reporting? I wanted to avoid it. How do I avoid it? How do I remove that from your SQL?
You can put in.
No, I don't want to. I'm not interested only. I don't want to see president. You need to filter it a president from your SQL. You need to use a first is to filter the data. What I should use? Where class where job not
It's
equal to
president.
president. Now this is where I am going to filter the row level data. I'm going to filter. Now look at it. It will filter as I explained earlier. The one yesterday class, I told about the order of SQL execution. Now, what is your order of SQL execution? First step is what? Your this always be the first step. Select from. Next is your row filter. Second, third is now it forms the grouping. That is you're going to third on top of your fourth one, this one, and fifth one is your order by. First, it goes to table, put the apply the filter. What are the data you need to filter? It will filter the data. Once the data has been filtered, row level filter, where is called row level filter. Okay, table level filter. I'm applying the filter at the table. It removes all the jobs. On that, it forms the group. As since I have a group by, it forms a group. Then it goes and apply an aggregation on each group. Please understand here, whatever the date aggregate function you have written here, this aggregation will be applied for each group it forms. I don't want to get disturb this data. Very, it's kind of Bible for me. Without this, I cannot teach, explain. So I don't want to get disturb this one. Once that grouping has been done, it applies an aggregation on each group. Here it forms a group. If at all you pick for the department, it forms the form. You pick for the job as your group, it fuck the. If I pick name as a group, how many record grouping will be formed? If I pick name as your grouping, how many grouping will be formed?
All 14 rows.
Exactly, because each one become the group. Either you have good understanding of, like, you know, a SQL earlier.
Little bit, sir.
Little bit. I think you are catching up quickly from others, because here each name itself become a group because there is no repetition. So 14 distinct or separate names I have. It is going to form 14 groups. Let me do one thing. I'll go with an kind of confusing questions I'll ask. Before to that, hope all of you clear with this. Subhash, clear with this? Any questions, please let me know. This will not work. If you put a comment here, it will not work. Okay, so I have to remove it. Okay, let me do one thing. Go back here. Okay. Okay, now I was asking this question. Okay, go back. Here, if I say group by e-name, find the maximum salary. This is the question. Let's see what will happen. If I do a group by e-name and aggregation is max salary, what will happen?
It shows maximum salary.
Nivedita, what will happen? What will happen here? It forms how many groups? It forms 14 groups. Salary becomes a maximum salary because there is no in here when I apply a group on the e-name column, each name will be a one group because there is no distinct or combination of names or not more than one. You have only one name, and salary become the maximum salary. I'm saying aggregate will be applied on each group. Just now Geeta said there will be 14 groups. Why? Because I have a 14 distinct or unique names. Each one will form their respective group. After that, I need to find the maximum salary. That salary itself become the maximum salary. If you try this out, select max salary, comma, I say job or e-name I said, okay. E-name from EMP group by e-name. You get 14 records and salary itself is the maximum salary because there is no multiple records to group here. Multiple record means same name I don't have to make the group because the same department I have to make a group here. If I try to group the data on the name, I have to form the 14 groups because there are 14 distinct names. And I apply an aggregate, then I get same salary as their respective maximum salary. Clear? And more confusion. To speak, otherwise I'll be in confusion, literally. Nivedita, Subhash,
Clear, sir.
clear. Nivedita,
Got it.
sorry,
Yeah, sir, I got it.
clear. Okay. Okay, fine. Next, what we do, I just move the very one bit complicated one. The one explained here, the first example I explained here, college. How many groups I form here now? Look at here. I have a table. Please, I'll ask one by one. You had to. If I ask count here, how many data will get? My table is having a 14. 14. I have my table have a 14 rows or records. If I do a count of one at the table level, how many values I get? At table level, how many would? What is the value I get now? If I apply a count, an aggregation entire table, what is the value I get for count of one?
14.
1.
14, because I
14.
have a total 14 records. Now, same thing I say count of one at department level. How many values I get? Like a here, sorry,
Number of department.
number of records. Here I get only one, that
3.
is here I get 3. Correct? Now, in each department, look at this question. In each department, how many jobs? Please understand this question. Leave this one. In each department, how many jobs? First was I was asking in each department, how many employees? What is this we are doing aggregation here? How to find? In each department, how many employees are working? How do I find? Try to answer, Nivedita, you answer this question. Let's see how do you do it. In each department, how many employees?
14 different employees.
In each department, if in a table I have 14 different employees, that's correct. But I'm asking in the each department.
Each department. So
And we just did it is just count on each department.
3.
See, just do a count. I don't select count of one DPT number from EMP group by DPT number. It gives you the count from each department. See, that's what I'm saying. No one will ask you this kind of question, direct questions. There'll always be scenario like they tweaks the question. They say how many employees in each department. No one asks what is the count of department. You will easily find, but they don't ask that way. They'll ask the question this way: how many employees in each department? This is a business statement or a problem statement. This is how the question will be thrown or projected in the interviews. No one will ask direct SQL questions. They ask the business problem, business statement that you need to transfer into SQL. That's where you need to be very, very careful how to interpret the meaning of the problem statement. That's where your knowledge comes. Okay. I'm asking here how many employee in each department. Is it correct? Anyone has a question? How many jobs we have in each table? How many different kind of jobs we have? How many different types of job or okay, leave that. Next question. Anyone has this question here? Each department, how many employees? Any questions?
No.
Clear? Let's do one thing. In each department, how many different jobs? What should I do?
You select job,
Okay.
count,
Okay. One. Okay. Mm-hmm.
from employee table,
From EMP.
From
Good.
employee.
group by job.
Group by job. What will happen?
Okay. How many
It
different?
will group on the job. But I am asking it's group the entire table. Let's run it, see what will happen.
Each department, how many?
Count of each group I get, but I am asking in each department. I wanted to
Group
know.
by department.
Mhm. Yeah, that's where here it is gives at the table level how many different type count of the employees in each job. This is where this question is how many employees in each job, correct? How many employees in each job? This is a problem statement. This is correct. How many employees in each job? This is the correct statement and your output is also perfectly correct. My question was,
How many departments in each job?
yes, how
Each
many
department.
employees in how many jobs? How many jobs in each department?
Group by department.
If you just say group by department, what will happen? It just again goes on the department wise count. In each department, people are working for the different jobs. Look at here. If I just say department, it will going to give the 3, 5, 6. But my answer I was expecting is in department 10, there is only one person as working as a manager. Look at here. This is what I expecting the result. In the department 10, I'm having a manager. Only one person is working. In department 10, only clerk within the same. First is priority column. Yesterday I explained multi-column sorting. Yes, same thing. This is multi-column grouping. First is I'm going to group on the department number. Look at the question. Each department, how many jobs in each department? What I do is this
Group
is
by
become
job.
yes 2. You need to do that 2 category, 2 grouping. Count of 1, EPT number, comma, and you need to have a job from EMP.
Group by.
Yeah, group by both department number, comma, job. This is what the data looks like for you. First, I am going to, this is my department number, my priority column. I just group on the department number. After that, I am going to department grouping. After that, I am going to group on the based on the job. Now, what is your group? Department number plus 1 is your group. The data has been further segregated into 2 levels. Earlier, one level was only at the department level. If I put a count on the department number, do get a count of, say, example, 3, because this is the total number of employees I have in this group, these 3. In this group, I get 5, because the total number of have is 5. I get here 6, because I have a total number of employees is 6. But my intention is I need to find number of jobs in each department, not in the table. I am in each department. What I'm further grouping the data, adding new more dimension to my data. That is your combination is this is the one your combination of data. What is your group? Department number plus job is your group. Based on that, it start finding the count. This is your data looks like. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Look at, let me finish the SQL, comma job, run it and say here. So we wanted to sort on what? Sort on the department number. Say order by. I can specify in 2 form, order by. Since it is just a table, just you can directly specify order by 2 means it will go to what is the position of department number you SQL. This is first column, second column. You can just say order by 2, or you specify you can want to give a exclusive column name. You can specify. Look at here. It's arranging in the order of the department number. How many employees have? Why it is giving as an 1? What is it meaning? Nivedita, quickly. We're running out of time. Quickly you have to tell what is this meaning. Okay, what is this meaning? Just tell the meaning of it. The highlighted row. Hello.
Based on the department.
No, what is it meaning? Meaning means you tell me in the English statement what is the number represent. This one. Hmm?
Two employees.
Mhm.
There are
Department
two
20.
analysts in the department 20.
This represent says there are 2 people working as analyst in
Analyst.
department number 20. That's a combination I have made. Department plus job is a combination. There are 22 people are in the department number 20. This is says here only one person as working in a manager in department 10. There could be also manager in department 20 also. You could see here the combination is unique. This plus this is the one group. Why it is one group? I have made the grouping on the 2 columns. Clear?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's confusing, I know. Don't worry. Just practice. Okay, this is what we'll do. Continue tomorrow. This one I will not want to run away from this today's class here. Okay, I post it here. Practice this much. Okay, so yeah, this is this how it's. If you even go in this manner also, I need good 20 hours. 20 hours I can teach you very good SQL. But thing is, I'm repeating my same bodhan, like thing is